So today we are going to do something a little bit different with our featured home. Welcome back, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Window Shopping. We're kind of changing up the format here a little bit. My name is Stephen Meade with Domicile Real estate for people who love houses. So hopefully that is you if you're watching this. And if we can help you purchase or sell a cool architectural home here in Southern California, we'd love to lend you our expertise. Let's get started. This is 5 reasons why this amazing mid-century modern renovation will blow your mind. So let's start off a little bit. This is a home located in Woodland Hills, California. This one is not our listing. It is listed by Jennifer Gainey of Compass, but we've talked about this before. You deserve your own representation, someone who is looking out just for your interest. So the very first thing about this house that I think is going to blow your mind is something that maybe is a little bit peculiar to me. It's something that kind of just makes a difference to me. But that is this front pivot style front door, right? So when you walk up to the house, it's this extra wide doorway and it has a pivot midway through the door. I remember as a kid when these doors first came out, this was one of those things. I mean, this was a sign that you were living in high design and architecture if your home had one of these style doors. Super cool. The next thing that I think is going to blow your mind in this house is something that's kind of functional and that I wish would show up in other houses. And that is this 12-foot long kitchen island. So let's go ahead. We're going to bring up a picture of this. This is kind of looking at it from the side, right? I find what happens in any house, right? In any given house, you have a party, everybody will show up in the kitchen and stand in the kitchen. So in this house, not only is this an open concept kitchen, right? So you have lots of space and nobody's disconnected, but you've got this huge island, which really is a place that people will go ahead and they will basically stand around this island and talk. That is what happens at parties, every single party. And it's nice to see someone actually acknowledge this. Here's another view of this island. So you can just get kind of a little bit of a sense of how big this thing is. Looking at it from this perspective here, I think you can see how much space you have. I also love, like you said, here in this picture, you can see how connected this space is with the rest of the house. So that is super cool. And our third thing we're going to talk about is something that maybe you've even gotten a glimpse of in the other pictures. And that is this sort of ridge beam skylight in this home. So I'm going to go ahead and bring up a picture of that because I think it is super, super cool what they've done here. This was a design element that actually was used by Cliff May in a lot of houses. In a lot of his custom homes, including his own homes, he did this ridge beam skylight like this. By the way, there's a clue to something in this house that you can see in this picture, and that is a giant glue laminated beam that you can see there. This home was not built with a glue laminated beam. Glue lam beams were not a thing in the early 1960s when this home was constructed. So when they did this renovation, I mean, they seriously rethought a lot of things about this house, not just in the finishes, but even structurally speaking. By the way, here is another kind of close-up view of that ridge beam skylight that I think really kind of gives you an idea of what you're looking at. And you can see the detailing on this here. Just a really super cool design element. It gives you these cool shadow lines. Really awesome to see that in kind of a production spec home like this. Now, the fourth thing that's awesome about this house is the restrained backyard. The large restrained backyard, I should add. So here you kind of get an idea. We're standing at the back of the house and look, and I love that you have this buffer zone of grass. The pool is not right up against the house. In fact, this kind of just emphasizes how much space you have. This lot is almost 11,000 square feet. You've also got a lot of privacy. Check out the back there. And they didn't try to do too much with this backyard. I think sometimes people try so hard and it just comes out forced. You can see here at one end of the pool, we kind of this kind of dining, lounging fire pit area as well. this is a backyard that feels relaxed, which I think is the point, right? When you have a house like this, you want to feel relaxed at home, and you also want to have a lot of space and not feel crammed in. And finally, the fifth thing that is going to blow your mind on this house is the primary suite bathroom. And I'm going to start by talking about something kind of weird with this bathroom that's very unusual. So the first thing we're going to talk about is this. So this is a room, this is a view in the primary suite looking into that bathroom. And it looks like the bathroom is super exposed. What you can't see in this photo very easily is that this entire doorway is actually a giant sliding pocket door. And I think that's just such a cool way to do it. I mean, I feel like the barn door thing has been overdone. This requires another level of engineering and thought. And I love that they've incorporated it into this house. If we take a look here, kind of when we're looking at the shower, I think that'll give you kind of another little bit of a view of how that pocket door works. By the way, something else about this bathroom that's great, again, a level of restraint that we're seeing. They're not trying so hard to make it include absolutely everything. And if you look here, there's some other little subtle details that I really love in here. Number one is that this is a curbless shower. I love curbless showers. You don't see any visual interruption on the floor. It just gives you this beautiful look. We've got an extra tall vanity cabinets with 3 drawers, which is actually useful for putting stuff in. And we've got this nice little chair rail and a separate freestanding bathtub. I think that tub is super cool. There's actually a skylight above it, so it doesn't feel dark and claustrophobic. I mean, just the level of thought in this house is really something else. Now, there is one little bit of bad news. This home is about 2,400 square feet in Woodland Hills. It is not cheap. It is priced at just under $2.35 million. That is not really cheap for this amount of square footage. It's been on the market about 7 days now, and I think this is the reason why it hasn't really gone into escrow, because it's not a quality issue with the house, right? I mean, this is a 10+ level renovation. This is the kind of renovation you would do for yourself if you were going to live in this home forever. And I love homes that are sort of renovated with that mindset and that idea to them. Anyhow, if you like this house and you'd like to see it, definitely reach out to us. If you just love architectural homes, you have an architectural home to sell, we'd be happy to help you with that as well if you're here in Southern California. And if you're not, we actually have recommendations for agents like us around the country. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. By the way, we've got a link down below to all the photos of this house. If you want to take a look at all of them and kind of browse through, take a look at that link in the description. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you again real soon.